What do you think a brand is? The brand is like the personality, the heart and soul, the whole feeling of what the company is. Often people associate brands with like colours or fonts or like a certain distinct look. And that is definitely forms part of the brand. But then what else builds up a brand is, what the company stands for. What the company stands for and what the mission and the vision of the company is, and the values of the company, and all the stuff that makes it what it is. When somebody is really clear with their business with what it stands for, it creates a platform on which other people can stand, with it. So that's why companies that, for example, have a strong focus on, say, the planet and saving the planet, looking after the planet, it might not be related to anything to do with the planet, but other people believe in that in that too, and want to save the planet and believe in, being green, eco-friendly, all that kind of stuff. And the people who believe in that will prefer to stand with that brand because they believe in what it believes in. What is at the heart and soul of this business? What is the mission and the vision of this business? What does this company stand for? What are the values of it? Like, what values do I want to bring and like infuse into it? When we show up for our audience, like, how do we want to show up? Who do we want to be for them? So for example, with FEA, I've always positioned it, us, FEA, myself, as more of like the best friend rather than the expert. So I want to be the best friend that's like in the trenches with you. I'm right next to you, cheering you on, like helping you to get where you need to be. And I think when you are clear about like what voice you are using to speak to your audience, again, it builds up that brand of like, who is this company and how do they make me feel? Does it make me feel like I can really connect? Is it informal? Is it friendly? Is it, like, what's the tone of it? So yeah, so thinking about all these things, and obviously when you're doing all of this, like the biggest thing you have to factor in is who your audience actually are. I think a lot of people get so confused or misjudge the situation because they build their business from their perspective, but really business isn't about us, it's about them, it's about our audience, those incredible, wonderful, amazing people who want to actually buy from us and who want to follow us. So we have to build the brand for them. So thinking about, what are we going to do that's going to resonate with them? What can we do that's going to blow them away, that they're going to absolutely love so much? It's going to make them fall in love with us, that's going to make them trust us, and that's going to help them to get to know us and to build a relationship with us. So in order to do that, you have to then fully know, who are my audience? Like, who are those people? And really write it out. So we've got 3 different avatars within FEA of like the women that we talk to and the women that we are trying to connect with, who she is, like specifically, like her fears, her doubts, her worries, her beliefs, her dreams, her desires, the problems and the challenges, all relating to like who we are and how we can help. So some people go really full on, like down to like what cereal they eat, who cares? Like for some companies that's relevant. I look at it from the perspective of like, who is this person, but then also who is this person in relation to who we are, and how we can help serve. So yeah, in a nutshell, like those are the key things that I would focus on when building a brand. And if you do that and establish consistency within your brand with what it is the message that you're delivering, I think that's how you stand out as a brand and create something that people are so excited to be part of. I think the other really important thing is that, there's no such thing as a unique message, just unique messengers. It's so powerful. We did a masterclass inside the members club, and Jada Selner was the expert, and she was talking about that. It's so true. So we have to remember that we are the unique messengers. So we have to show up for something. We have to stand for something, and that is really what the heart and soul of our brand is about. I think when it comes to actually like physically creating the look and feel of your business, I think it is really important as the founder to be involved, because at the end of the day, it's your vision. You're the one that's determining the feel of the company, and what that message is and what you stand for. I feel like that's something I like being involved in, but then at the same time, I'm a really creative person. So I love that side of things. So when I started FEA, to be fair, when I started FEA, I was doing everything myself. So like I was figuring it all out. I was figuring out, the graphics and how to create all that side of things. Some people just aren't creative thinkers at all. Some people don't really feel like that's their zone of genius whatsoever. So I think it's just an individual thing. Like, for example, the things that I know I'm dreadful with, I outsource. So I think if you know that your strength isn't creative thinking, then there are so many amazing people out there that you could work with who could help you to craft that brand vision, that brand, and help extract it from you, because you might not be very proactive or good at actually being able to figure out for yourself like how it should be, but there's so many people out there that could help. So I think it just depends on the individual and where your strengths lie. But I think it's something that every founder should definitely be heavily involved in. Don't compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20, because so many people do this. There's this great tool called the Wayback Machine on Google, and it shows you what websites used to look like. So for example, you can see what FEA used to look like in 2011. It looks terrible, and it looks nothing like it looks today. What FEA is today, is because of an evolution. It started pretty bad, and it evolved and it evolved and it evolved and it evolved to where it's at today. So while try your absolute best to make something look incredible, but at the same time, don't beat yourself up if it's not at level 100 when you were actually at level 1. So I think that's really important. There's amazing tools like Canva is an amazing tool that you can create amazing graphics. They've got loads of templates. So it's so easy today to actually create really good graphics, even if you're not good at creating graphics. You know, in the Members Club, we've got this branding masterclass, and we teach like how to create a brand mood board. And like, I think, for example, even the basics of putting a brand mood board together so that you know, okay, these are my colors. This is how I'm going to pick my color palette. These are the fonts I'm going to use, so that you can be consistent. And so from the offset, you know, when you go to create a graphic, okay, this is my color palette. These are the colors I'm going to use, because if I keep using all these higgledy-piggledy colors, I'm not really building up a look and feel that people can recognize easily. But yeah, tools like Canva are great for getting started with it.